So your boy is a little bit drunk, but we're gonna go ahead and do a news roundup of everything we know about WWE 2K22 for the month. Let's get into it. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that like and that subscribe button, because if you don't, you have a very high chance of being a simp. And you don't want to be a simp for someone who's not going to simp back for you. Luckily, the Prez got your back and he's always showing love. So go ahead and join in and hit that notification bell so you get notified for more of my videos. Let's go. Alright, first thing is first, let's go ahead and get into some bad news, because we always got to start off with bad news. It's like tradition around here, right? So a lot of people's favorite wrestler, some people's GOAT, is actually not gonna make the cut, and we are just finding that out this month, and we're talking about Daniel Bryan not being able to make the WWE 2K22 roster. So a lot of people don't know this, but the cutoff date for the rosters for previous WWE 2K titles is the week of WrestleMania, and Daniel Bryan's contract just so happened to end, I believe, that week or a week after. Now, if you're an optimist, you might say, hey, his contract ended a week after WrestleMania, so that means that he might have a chance to make the roster. But with the rumor circulating that he might be joining AEW along with CM Punk, that doesn't sound like it'll be the case. It sounds like one of the most impactful players, someone who had their own showcase mode just a couple of years ago, and Daniel Bryan will not be making the cut, which kind of sucks because he was going on almost a decade of being in the game series. But you know, stuff like this happens, and we also have to be open-minded and be like, you know, well, at least we might be able to create him. We might not have the yes chance, but we might be able to create him. So y'all let me know what y'all think about that down below. Another announcement that happened this month is that WWE's SummerSlam pay-per-view will be sponsored by the one, the only WWE 2K22. Now, isn't that kind of weird having your own game series sponsor your event? I mean, I don't know. I've never seen a pay-per-view or like a special event. Like, I've never seen the Super Bowl sponsored by Madden or the NBA Finals sponsored by NBA 2K. I just thought that was kind of weird, but you know, I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing because SummerSlam is usually the release date for a lot of content anyways. And of course, we should be expecting more screenshots, more videos, and honestly, probably a roster reveal, because that's usually when they do it on SummerSlam weekend. But I don't know too much. WWE 2K runs a pretty tight ship, so we're not really sure what exactly kind of content we're going to be getting during that weekend, but I'm excited. You know, I'm hyped. I understand how WWE 2K is doing things. And I'm actually going to tell you guys what exactly is going on with their delays and content releases in a second. But let's go ahead and get to the next bit of news, and that's that we found out that they do in fact have an upgraded scanning process. Now, we saw it in one of their trailers, one of their developer trailers that they were having, where they showed all the new cameras, and now we finally have more statistics on it. So they're all 4K Canon cameras, all surfaced around the truck or the trailer that they use to scan them in, and they actually have dozens and dozens more cameras than they had before. So the cameras usually just take thousands of pictures of you at once and get every angle of your face, and that's how your scan becomes possible. But now they upgraded that to a higher quality, and the texture should be even more accurate. So if you are going to be playing this game in 4K, like hopefully I will be, then this is going to be a beautiful game, and hopefully they can get some of these faces right, because they've been doing a horrible job, I ain't gonna lie. And now for the final bit of news. This is actually news from me being the source. This is me being the source, so take this with a grain of salt. Actually, no. Alright, let's go ahead and get into it. I know this community doesn't have a lot of crossover with the NBA 2K community, but any of you guys who are part of the NBA 2K community and y'all follow the release schedules for NBA 2K, then you guys will understand where I'm coming from when I say this. Don't get yourself stressed out too much because 2K isn't releasing so much information about the game. NBA 2K, much like WWE 2K is doing now, they like to wait until a certain time frame to just start releasing a bunch of knowledge, a bunch of information to get you hyped for the game. It's all part of their content release strategy. Now, why do they market like that in such a small time frame and then release a bunch of information to get you hyped for the game? Because it does exactly that. It gets you hyped for the game. Now, whether you like it or not, WWE 2K is probably about 2 months out. It's probably not coming out until the end of October, the middle of October, or the beginning of November. So within understanding that, what is the point of knowing every single thing right now? What's wrong with knowing all of this information within August and September? What does that change? So for the people being worried that WWE 2K is going to be a bad game because they're not releasing information right now, that's just not a very valid standpoint. They're just doing this to get you hyped, buy into the pre-order. It's all part of their marketing plan. They do it for NBA 2K. It works. How do I know it works? Because I buy the stupid game and I'm as cheap as it gets. And to be honest, it's probably going to work with a lot of you guys. It's just a lot of you guys aren't used to them holding on to all this information because you guys haven't seen what the NBA 2K community does. And don't get me wrong, I hate how they market sometimes. I absolutely hate that they wait till the last minute to release all their information. But it will be coming out and we will know what the game is about. But there's no point in getting us that hyped early because hype is like in a cycle. It goes up and down and they want to make sure the hype hits and it starts hitting its climax right around when the game starts to release. But yeah, that's just me reassuring everyone, just letting you guys know, don't worry too much. But other than that, I will talk to y'all's ugly sexy face later. This has been your President Q. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I am President Q, like I said before. I do news, tutorials, NBA 2K content, WWE 2K content, and I'll probably do some more. But otherwise, I am out. Peace.